It's night and day. Night and day back again.
Yes, we are back. Back in the world of The Walking Dead.
Oh man, now we're all going through the snow. I mean, if we stayed there, wouldn't Rebecca have still been in just as crap of a situation?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like we don't have any resources. But the only thing is they were safe up there from the zombies.
Right, but if it was still, we were still going to be cold and have no food, what does that matter? The zombies don't seem like they're our problem right now. Just the supplies and the weather seems like what's getting them down. And in that case, Rebecca, if she needed a day, we could have waited a day and then left.
We should have stayed put until she was in better shape. She wasn't gonna get no better back there. We gotta find food.
Yeah, that's the thing.
This look like someplace warm to you? We could still turn back. That's not an option. Everybody hang in there. We gotta keep moving if we're gonna make it to that town before nightfall. You don't even listen to anyone else. You just go on barking orders. You gotta lighten up, okay? You're pushing them too hard. I'm just
arguing.
Arguing isn't
like
helping.
always. Keeping people alive.
Can you guys?
Not doing anything by arguing.
Don't forget, you agreed with me last night that we should get moving as quick as possible.
Okay,
Yeah.
doesn't mean you have to argue about it.
Did you also not hear the part where I said you guys are both jerks?
But,
There's a place to sit.
Or at least there's a tire,
yeah.
which in the apocalypse is known as a rest stop.
He's okay. I've got him.
No, you rest for a minute. I'll wash him. Back off, Kenny. She said she doesn't want you to take the baby. Don't be weird
Oh
about
my
it,
God,
okay?
Luke.
Oh my God,
I
Luke
ain't
is
being
really.
weird about it. Yeah, you kinda have been. And not just right now.
Ugh.
I don't really know.
Don't get
In
all
this
bent
case,
into
they're
a
both
pretzel.
kind of.
was
I
just
couldn't say
trying to
both of you
help.
shut up there for once.
Too dang
Oh,
sensitive.
someone's in the background.
Hello?
Is it
What is this?
Arvo?
What is this?
He's waddling. Is it Arvo?
I think that's Arvo.
Меня слышно?
Yeah.
Arvo?
Arvo?
Jane and I met him on the observation deck. Before everyone else came.
Because once again, we didn't
That's
tell
the guy?
that very important information to
Oh, this son
everyone
of a
except
bitch.
for Luke.
Well, what's he want?
Great.
He doesn't look like much.
That ain't the point.
I don't trust him.
Yeah.
Please.
Hi, please.
I like this.
I don't trust him. Also, he might be mad at us.
Everybody keep your eyes open.
Oh man,
Yeah. This could be rough.
it could be his village that we're heading towards.
Right. Yeah.
They've got supplies and they don't want to share them or anything.
If he's a mastermind, then we're screwed here.
If he's a mastermind.
What's going on here,
Mastermind
friend?
Arvo.
You got people with you? Where are they? You're not out here on your own, are you?
Oh, hi, Arvos. How did
These are my friends.
they're behind
We
us?
stay hidden for safety. But you, we know. You're Clementine.
Это они?
Да, это они.
Скажи им, чтобы они поставили их оружие на пол, и что вы забираем все, что они имеют.
Что ты
Wow.
хочешь, чтобы я взял?
Откуда я знаю, чтобы у их не было? Может быть,
What's
у
funny?
них есть
What's funny?
патроны.
Yeah.
We don't want any trouble.
I told them you are the ones who robbed me. They think it's funny that you're just a little girl.
Robbed?
And they want you and your friends to put down the guns.
Hey,
So we can
we
take
gave you
your
your
things.
meds
Yeah,
back.
we gave you your stuff
Whoa,
back.
whoa, hang on now.
What the hell?
Nobody stole.
Clementine, you robbed this guy?
It wasn't me who took your stuff. It was Jane. It wasn't
Jane
any of
didn't
us.
steal either. What the hell?
Gee, where's the other woman?
Что происходит?
Их было
Nothing
двое.
was right there. Maybe I should have just did the
I do
silence.
not see a woman who was with you. Where is she hiding?
She's gone.
What's going on?
She's close
Nope.
by.
It's a trap. I know it. Они прячутся. Я знаю, что
Hey,
они
hey,
прячутся.
hey!
Okay, well that
This could be
escalated.
easy
Okay.
for you.
Арво, скажи, чтобы они опустили оружие.
All of you, just put your guns down. This will be fine.
Find my ass!
We have a baby.
Арво, почему они не...
We have a baby!
You have a baby with you? У них грудничковый ребенок.
Babies! The universal language.
Знаешь, что хорошо для тебя? Опусти оружие сейчас!
It's слишком много! Buriko, отойди!
Слишком много.
Drop that now or I'm gonna fucking shoot it! I'll do it! Drop it! Drop it! Don't move! I said don't move!
Oh, this is going.
Хочешь умереть?
Oh, are we gonna?
Изли меня. Ты думаешь, что я хороший
Oh,
мужчина?
oh no!
I hope she's just sleeping. Oh no, she can't be dead and turning into a zombie.
Don't make me do it! Look at me! Do you hear me?
Help! Rebecca, no!
I didn't want to shoot because everyone's gonna
Yeah.
shoot. That's why I didn't want to shoot.
Yeah.
Because everyone would shoot if I shot. Oh no.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Alright. Wow.
Alright, so let's take a look at these.
Yeah. Oh my god. That was an epic ending there.
So even if we said Jane was gone, it would have turned into that gunfight at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I think no matter what happens, I mean, you're not going to escape that shootout kind of
Right.
scenario, but yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem like he's willing to say, he's like, okay, well, that's not my problem. Like, she was with you when that happened, so this is on you as well.
But it's lame. There was no option to say we didn't steal.
Yeah, exactly. It, like, whether we stole it or not, it's assuming that we did, so we might as well have just stolen it. Like, if that's the case.
Yeah, from a video game point of view, yeah. It's
Right.
weird that none of the options were we didn't steal.
I mean, we did take his gun, but
Oh, yeah.
but like,
But I mean, even this decision here on the screen says you refused
Refuse
to steal from
Arvo.
Arvo. So
Yeah, exactly.
I think the main implication was the meds, and
Mm-hmm.
but at the end the dialogue choice didn't reflect that. So I don't know
Right.
if that's a bug or if that's just like bad design. Because obviously Clem would have said,
Yeah.
"I didn't steal from you."
yeah, it's like, I gave back all your stuff. Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah.
Or Arvo would have had a different complaint where he said, "Oh, they were the ones who stole my gun or took my or almost killed me or threatened me." Would
Right.
have been the better thing.
Exactly. Yeah, they're the ones that almost killed me or whatever. Like,
So
and fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it's not that big of a deal because they would have just gotten to the same point anyway.
Yeah.
If Arvo was like, "No, they're the ones who threatened me," and then, "Oh, my friends think it's funny because you're just a little girl," you know, it progress,
Right.
escalate, same
Just that
end.
one sentence had to change, and it
Yeah.
would get to the same point anyway. So, yeah, I guess it's not that like, it's not that bad. It's not that far off, but still, it just kind of, it doesn't really make sense as to why
Yeah.
that motivation is the thing. So,
Yeah, it removes the immersion
yeah, for
because
sure.
I mean, it's not
It's not
the end
like,
of the world if
yeah.
it doesn't affect the end that we get to, but it's still just kind of stupid. Obviously, when you make a choice, you want to see your choice reflected in the future instead of the choice you did not make.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's for sure.
All right, so let's check these out. Choices.
Yes.
Talking about choices here. Speaking of choices, my choice is to review the choices. Your choice is to watch or not. Viewers. Left Sarah at the trailer park. Wow, only 40% saved Sarah.
Save Sarah. Wow. Interesting. So they were just straight survival from the beginning on that front. Huh. Interesting.
And then robbed Arvo.
Yeah. 52.4, so we're very, very slight majority there.
That one is so close,
Yeah.
though. 48-52.
Yeah, for sure. That I could see why a lot of people would take it, but I don't know. Yeah, I thought it would benefit us in the future. It did not.
Yeah, so once again, unlike Guardians of the Galaxy, these are all super close, either through normalization or through people having a tough time because these decisions were really hard to make.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of these are just like, you don't know what you want to do until the very last second because they're like they're so like different and they could forge this game like completely differently.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm looking through these, just the titles. The second one about saving Sarah or having Jane go by isn't even on here. That's the one that I think would be a really tight 50-50 shot. Because the first one, I would think more people would want to save Sarah because
Yeah.
they're not as screwed. But the second one, you really have to go out of your way to
Yeah.
have Jane go down there or you go down there was what I thought was going to happen.
Right.
Because the second one, the zombies are closer and Sarah is trapped. It's not just Sarah is a little bit nervous anymore.
Right. It's not that she's mentally unable to do it. It's just that she's literally pinned down and
Right.
can't help herself. Yeah.
So I'm surprised that choice isn't one of the big five listed here.
Yeah, that's true. And that was one of the more major points in that section.
Yeah.
So because I mean, Sarah was definitely like out of it for quite some time. It seemed like she was going to die in this episode, the way they were framing it. But I love that they were playing that game of like, there's so many situations where it's either Jane or Sarah, and they threw that in your face like 3 or 4 times, and you're not sure which one it's going to be, and then both of them survive, and you got to get conditioned to be like, oh, maybe they can both get out of this one, and then now it's just you're screwed on that.
Yeah.
So that was good writing, I think, for that episode of it anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure. Yeah.
Instead of following the cliche, and they subverted the pattern they did in the first every single time in the first Walking Dead, where it's like person A or person B.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I guess with Omid and Krista at the end of chapter 4 or whatnot, like both of them survive regardless, but you're still thinking that in this case it's either Sarah or Jane, and you're making the tough call because Sarah is helpless and Jane is useful, so you want to help both.
Right. Yeah. For
Man. Sure. And then, all right, so crawled through the ticket booth. Oh, see, now that one didn't even. It wasn't a major choice that they put on the screen.
Yeah.
That was just a normal dialogue.
Exactly.
thing.
That was just normal dialogue wheel. But
so we weren't even thinking that was a big deal at the time, and that one we're just screwed because there was no logical option of like, everyone in this world would be doing the zombie rundown before opening any open door.
Before you reach your hand at anything, you have to know, okay, is something going to murder me at this point? So
you look through. If you can't see, you bang on the door.
Exactly, yeah. You go to the very edge, start making some noise, see what happens, like throw some stuff in there, see if they will respond to it. Do whatever you can to make sure 1,000% that you're not going to get bitten as soon as you walk in. So it doesn't really make sense. They force these things to happen to you for sure, but I mean, I guess it makes for a good game or a good drama at least.
Yeah, it makes it more tense, and it's believable in the first part. In Walking Dead, the first game with Lee, totally fine because people aren't conditioned to the apocalypse yet.
Right. Yeah.
But the longer time goes, then the more savvy people are.
Exactly. I mean, then it's basically process of elimination. The ones that don't know how to do that will die. The ones that do know how to do that will survive.
Right.
And then, you'll have to keep going from there.
Right.
So
that one is interesting.
Yeah.
So they don't include the Sarah Jane 2, which was a big choice on the screen in the center. And they do include this one, which was a minor choice.
Right, exactly.
And it seems like Bonnie was going to live either way. And it didn't even seem like we were making the choice of... Like, at the time, I didn't say, you go or I'll go. The choice wasn't presented in the game as, oh, okay, I'll crawl through, or... you reach your hand through and nobody look inside to test anything. The choice was just like, oh, can't you try the door again?
Right.
That's what we chose.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not like... Because the selflessness title that they have for this item doesn't work at all. It's not like you're taking one for the team. It was just like, hey, dumbass, why don't we try to kick it or push it harder or something like that?
Right, yeah,
instead of risking any of us.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, we can do this without putting any of us in danger. Or we can do the stupid thing and make a little girl crawl into something by herself and then face a full-grown zombie after that. I mean, she's proved herself to be able to handle it, but that doesn't mean that you're going to throw yourself in harm's way every single time just because you know you can do it.
Right.
Like, all it takes is one thing to mess up and you're dead in there.
Right.
So, yeah, it doesn't make sense to... They're just forcing so much on Clem, and the less she does, it just makes it seem like she's selfish. But that's really not the case at all. So, yeah. Yeah,
because it wasn't I go or no, you go. It was just like I go or let's be smart and test some stuff out.
Exactly, yeah. Let's do what we're supposed to do and try and figure out a way to do this safely.
Yeah.
But nope, they're going to completely go on the opposite end of that.
Yeah, so the writing, I agree with you, was good in the trick where you don't see it coming between what happens with Sarah and Jane, but it was kind of bad. I mean, I even like that they're adding this as a major change, even though it wasn't one of the ones that was obvious a major change.
Right.
I mean, choice, not change. A major choice in the center of the screen. I like that they are throwing in, oh, okay, any given dialogue might be one of the major choices.
Yeah, right.
But I don't like that the dialogue didn't make it clear what the choice was.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would... So that in that respect, I think the developers handled it badly. Like, they should have made it more clear and then snuck it in there as one of those dialogue wheel choices.
Right.
Then I would have no problem with it.
Yeah.
All right, so nurturing and like, why is this one of the major choices?
We held the baby. I mean,
Like neither one has a big deal or a consequence associated with it.
exactly. Especially because Rebecca's dead now. So,
Right.
like, it doesn't really prove a whole lot. I mean, Kenny did say, "Oh, like a big sister" or something like that. So, I mean, that could be something to forge our relationship with Kenny again. But Kenny could also be dead at this point, so we don't really know.
Right.
So.
If Kenny, no way, if Kenny dies at this point, they're not gonna do it off screen after all that he's been through.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a pretty dramatically filled thing where we see every minute of it, and he's gonna do some noble sacrifice.
Maybe, yeah, that's very true. Maybe
I don't buy Kenny's off-screen death anymore.
Yeah. He's become too much of a main character at this point to give all that death like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's number 2 only to Clem at this point.
Yeah, very true.
And then Luke's trying to be number 3, I guess.
Yeah, right, exactly. They're fighting, like in game, they're trying to fight for the number 2 spot. It seems like.
Yeah.
But after the fact, it seems like Luke's not really going to get there. Yeah, wow. Most people held the baby. That makes sense. And shot Rebecca. Did not. 57.1% did not shoot Rebecca.
Yeah, interesting.
I mean, either way, whether we shoot it or whether we shoot Rebecca or somebody else shoots her, I mean, we're going to end up in this scenario of that shootout anyway. So, which is stupid. I feel like there's just a whole lot going on, and so no one else is paying attention to this like zombie in the corner.
Yeah.
But
well, no one would have assumed that she would die. I think it might be a little.
it is like.
So far, we've seen nobody turn that quickly before.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that was definitely kind of contrived at that point. Because usually, like, when you die, it takes some time before you reanimate. And this was just, you died. Well, we saw her last breath even. Like, we saw her, like, hunched over and just... And then, literally within seconds, she was starting to get up again. So, I don't really... That doesn't really happen in the...
Well, maybe she had just, like, she had died and then kind of rolled forward. Like, she might have been dead a little bit before then.
Maybe.
Or the baby moved and it wiggled and she was carried forward.
Yeah.
But even if that were the case, we're giving them the benefit of the doubt there, then it's still minutes, not seconds.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Still either... And if that's the case, I would think people in this world would already be aware of that. Like, if it is that variable and it is just... If the time it takes to turn is that variable and it's part of the universe where it always is that variable, then they would have seen examples of it by now.
Right, yeah, exactly. I think so as well. Because that adds an extra element of danger, like, to anyone literally in your group. If someone's sick...
Sarita, Julia Farmer, she gets credits at the end even though I don't think she had a single line in this episode.
Maybe just the previews for the other or something like that, just because her voice is in this episode at all.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
that they would have to throw that in. But that adds an extra element of danger of, like, if anyone is sick or if anyone is injured in your group, like, you don't want them around you.
Right.
Because literally, if they die within seconds, you're done. Like, if they die in their sleep and everyone else is asleep, I mean, your entire place is screwed.
Yeah, you
So-
can't even do the version that we were talking about before and when we were discussing it, the best way to handle society in Walking Dead Season 1, where we're like, oh, you can have this organized place where everybody goes into a locked room at night,
Right.
and then they do the check before lights out, and do the check again in the morning and let everybody out.
Right.
That sort of thing. You can't even do that anymore. If somebody dies in insta-turns,
Exactly,
There's
exactly.
then Jane's right. You just can't be next to anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Then the only way to survive is literally complete solitary. Like,
Yeah.
you have to forge your own path, because if you are with one other person and they die, you're screwed.
Right.
Like,
You're
yeah.
fighting bandits with, like, your friend. You and I are like, "Drr, drr, drr," one dude with an arrow. Thoop, and I'm just like, immediately.
Right, exactly.
You're dead.
Exactly.
Where we were all drr, drr, a second ago, now you're all drr, drr, and I'm all, and then,
I'm gonna be like, ah, and then you're gonna be like, ah.
yeah.
I'm like, ah.
And then both of us will be like, because I gotcha.
I always knew that would be my downfall. Fighting bandits with my friend. And then my friend decides to eat me.
Well, in zombie apocalypse world where you change within seconds, then everybody loses.
Well, that is true. That is very true. Even in this zombie apocalypse land where people are supposed to change within like hours, I think everyone still loses. There's barely any winning in this.
Unless they're saying Rebecca died a long time ago? Or she got bitten? It was like if she had the process of she was turning.
She was starting to turn
and
before she
had the
actually
fever.
died.
Yeah. Then it would make sense, but nobody recognized it.
Yeah.
They never brought it up like
Exactly,
that. I
exactly.
guess that's, yeah, if that's what they were, that would have made sense for the time frame, but all the characters would have reacted differently during that. Even her.
Exactly,
She
exactly,
wouldn't
yeah.
have wanted to, hold the baby and eaten it.
Right, exactly. Like,
So.
yeah, that would unfortunately, that would more so explain it. Or maybe she died giving childbirth or something like that. Like, that would be a different story. But, yeah, I think there would have to be a lot more done to make that actually make sense.
Oh, you notice they didn't have a next time on Walking Dead.
Oh, right.
That's
yeah.
awesome because this way they keep the suspense high of anybody could have died
Yeah, exactly.
in that shootout.
Exactly, yeah.
That's
Wow.
really a good choice on their part.
Wow. Yeah, that is fantastic.
Unless everybody lives, in which case it's a pretty lame choice on their part because it doesn't mean anything. It just has a temporary suspension or temporary keeping us in suspense.
Right.
But it doesn't boil down. It'll be really cool if at least one character dies in that shootout.
Oh yeah, I feel like it'll just be like Clem and maybe one or two other people like to live. Yeah.
Oh, I think most of them will live.
Interesting.
But I hope at least one character dies because if they TV show it and have everybody
Yeah.
live, it'll be a little hokey.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, the reverse was true at the beginning of this episode with Sarita, where Sarita was dead no matter what, even though we tried to save her.
Yeah, exactly. Which that still sucks.
Yeah, I would
that
have been
happened, yeah.
much more interested in seeing the continuing fallout over she is pissed and Kenny's pissed because we lopped off her arm.
Right.
And that's the trade-off. Like, she either dies and everybody's upset, or she lives via your choice, and then you have to deal with the fallout over that. But I guess
Exactly.
Kenny's too smart for that. Like, if she lived, Kenny would no longer hold it against you.
Yeah, I mean, if she lived and like proceeded to like actually become healthy after
Yeah.
everything, like I mean, then Kenny can't hold it against us because she would have been dead regardless
Right.
of the bite.
And because
So-
he saw Lee specifically die after trying a similar thing.
Right, exactly.
As long as he kept it cool and didn't actually kill her himself
Yeah.
in some sort, that would have been a cool dark twist too though.
Mm.
It's like, no, you've seen it with Lee Clem, we can't save her, doom doom, and he takes her out. That would have been so dark.
Damn, that would have been insane. Yeah, that'd be really insane. It's like, I'm sorry, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
Then Kenny would have this
that,
like,
oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Him having to like deal with that. Oh my goodness, that'd be insane.
yeah, and then he'd have this schism with Clem where they could never repair their relationship
yeah.
because that's just too effed up.
Wow.
Even if it was his fault, he would never forgive her
Right.
for her part in it. Yeah,
For
that would
sure.
be pretty dark. That
Yeah.
could have been interesting.
That
I mean,
very dark, yeah. But that would have been cool to see for sure. Wow, yeah.
so this episode was really, really well done. I like this much better than Part 4 in Walking Dead Season 1, the game.
Yeah.
Because that's where things kind of slowed down a little bit. Where I guess they were just... That's where they're infiltrating Crawford.
Right,
And
right.
it was like... Parts of it were interesting, but... I don't know. Coming after the Duck chapter, it just seemed like not as big of a deal.
Right.
Whereas this still seems like really high energy. You're still really worried about all the characters and what the outcomes are going to be. Things are still up in the air. So I really like this one.
Yeah, for sure. I like this one as well. Since coming from where we were held prisoner, this, I mean, it's just been a steady incline.
Yeah.
Like, I have just, like, they have taken the writing to a really good place, I think. And I'm really, really excited to see what they do in episode 5. Because they have a lot of potential to do some really groundbreaking stuff with the characters. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that for sure. I want to see where they're going to take it.
Yeah, this has been amazing. I've been so impressed overall because I was worried after Season 1 was where they found their success and everybody loved it. So I was worried, maybe the rest of the games will just be a cash grab and the writing will take a obvious nosedive.
Right,
But yeah, these have all been high quality.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, these have been fantastic. I absolutely love these. Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't just, like you said, just go for a cash grab and just maybe reintroduce just a couple characters and then write that up until the end or something like that.
Yeah, with just generic, another kind of, oh, you're holding down the fort and zombies are encroaching and, you know, not, and just this weaker writing overall. It's always, you know, choice between character A, character B, and so it becomes formulaic.
Right,
But
exactly.
this still seemed original. The choices still seem important. There's still tight choices where you see a lot of 50-50s, and the characters are still doing mostly realistic situations.
Right. Especially given like the conditions that they're brought up in. Like, these are very hard conditions to deal with, and like you're seeing, like, okay, like maybe I wouldn't have made this exact choice, but like I could see myself in this scenario, maybe going this route if given these variables and all of that. And like, so it really makes you feel like it's like, oh yeah, this is really important, like for the characters, and it invokes kind of feeling within yourself of like, oh, if I had to do this, what would be the best option? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been like, they've really taken the writing to a great place, I think. And I'm really looking forward to seeing if they like continue this trend, because if it can get better than this, then wow, this will be like a fantastic game. Yeah.
It already is.
It already is.
Unless they
great,
tank
but-
the last chapter,
Yeah,
this game is going to be
right.
definitely on par with the first one, which I'm very surprised about because the first one was so good. I thought the quality would tank, but no, they're going strong.
It's holding strong for sure. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in the next episode for episode 5.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one and see exactly who lived and who died and ride out the rest of Walking Dead Season 2. Can't wait. This has been awesome game so far.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to it myself. So yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See you guys next time.
See you next time.
See you guys next time.
See you next time.
See you guys next time.
See you next time.
See, that's what I was worried that would happen. It would kind of be like this repeating formula where it just keeps going and going, and you're like, I know what's going to happen next. But instead, they're like... And he pops out a bean.
Alvin Jr. it is. You like that? Well, I think AJ approves.
AJ.
That's better.
Yeah.
Take the
I think
creative
I'm all
with the
right.
respectful together. That's
I
kind of
mentioned
cool.
it earlier.